Hey, it is your boy Vonnie Hudson from fixedbyvonnie.com. And in this video lesson, we are going to talk about Windows 10 Anniversary Update, specifically the hidden features, the secrets, the unknown quirks that many aren't aware of. And some of these things that I'm going to share with you aren't endemic to Windows 10 Anniversary Update. Some of them are prevalent in prior versions of Windows, but in any case, most of them are unknown, and that's why I want to share them with you. Okay, so let's jump right into this. The first thing I want to talk about is this really cool paste and go feature. So in Firefox, if you right-clicked, or even most browsers, if you right-click in a location bar, you can select paste and go, which just dumps the contents of the clipboard into the location bar and then teleports you to the destination. Sounds pretty cool, like Star Trek. Basically, it instantly takes you to the web page that's on the clipboard. Edge has an even cooler way of doing that. I'll show you that in a moment. Scheduling updates. So this is really important and it's critical, especially when you are up at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday evening and you are assiduously working on an ebook that you plan to post to Amazon.com. And then while you're finishing up the last paragraph of the last chapter, the computer unceremoniously reboots abruptly without asking for your permission, without giving you an option to abort. It just reboots the box. Okay, that is why you need to have a way to schedule updates, and fortunately that is built into Anniversary Update. And this was an older feature, it's not just specific to Anniversary Update, but again, a lot of people didn't know about it, that's why I'm sharing it. The other thing is all your desktops will belong to me. I know that's improper grammar, but what I'm trying to get at is you can now pin an app across desktops. So in Windows 10, there's this thing called Task View, where you can have multiple virtual desktops. You can have Desktop 1, which has maybe your video games, maybe it has your YouTube videos, and then Desktop 2, and inside of that desktop you've got Microsoft Outlook, you've got Office, and you've got Photoshop. That's your productivity desktop. And then in Desktop 3, you have all your social media things like Twitter and Facebook and that sort of thing. So in Windows 10 Anniversary Update, you can now pin an application so that no matter which desktop you're opening, that application is always open on all of them. So it's a way to unify your desktops, and it's really cool productivity tip. And then the narrator gets smarter if you're using ease of access and you would like dictation using a screen reader to surf the web. This is a great tool that will read the web pages for you. It's got some additional support for languages, and also it can speak faster. And then finally, there's some new emojis. We'll talk about those in a moment. So my favorite Edge shortcut, clearly, without a doubt, is not Control-L. So Control-L takes you into the location bar. Control-Shift-L dumps you, it takes you into the location bar, but you don't have to click into the location bar first. It will automatically dump the contents of the clipboard into the location bar and then press enter and take you there. So it's like instantly teleporting you to the website that's on your clipboard. Really, really cool. Definitely check it out. Once you use it once, you'll start using it every time because it's really fast. Of course, scheduling updates. I mentioned that a moment ago. So this is really important. So now you have control over when your updates are installed, specifically when your computer reboots. So you can say, all right, my active hours are between 8 and 5. During those times, I don't want you messing with my box, Microsoft. Leave me alone during that time. Do not reboot my box. Just let me be. And then Microsoft is smart enough to say, okay, fine. I'll restart anytime after that time. And that way, your work isn't interrupted and Microsoft's happy because they get their updates in. You know how Microsoft is. They love their updates. As evidence from Windows 10 Anniversary Update, obviously. So the way you do that is you go into the Update Settings, Active Hours. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And then, of course, I mentioned you can pin your desktops, you can pin your apps across desktops. So if you hit the Windows key plus the Tab button, then it'll show you all of your virtual desktops, and then you can simply right-click on the application or program that you want to share across those desktops. The narrator is beefier. Like I mentioned, it gets support for additional languages, and the narrator can now speak at 100, or I think it's 800 words per minute now. So that's also a huge boost. And of course, there's emojis. Inside of your touch keyboard, you now have access to multiple emojis, and I'll share those with you in a moment. Okay, so now we're at Microsoft Edge. If I press Control-L, I leap into the location bar. If I right-click in the location bar and choose Paste, you can see the long URL I have copied to the clipboard. Of course, I could have just right-clicked inside the location bar and chose
paste and go to go there. But let's say I'm lazy or I'm tired or I don't really want to bother with clicking my mouse. There's an easier way to get here. If I go back to the main page, I am literally just going to press Control-Shift-L and it will instantly take me to where I need to go. There we go. So definitely try this out. I guarantee you, after you use it once, you're going to use it a second time. And after you use it a second time, you're going to use it a third time, so on and so forth. It's very addictive, it's very fast, and it's very convenient. Now I'm going to show you how to schedule updates. So if we click on the start button and then we type, I think it's update settings. Yes, hit enter and then click on change active hours. Right now, Microsoft thinks our active hours are 8 to 5, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in my current time zone, which is Eastern Standard Time. This means that if I install an update that requires a reboot, it'll wait until after my active hours before it initiates the reboot. Great way to prevent your work from being interrupted. All right, so definitely check that out. Of course, if you want to show all of your desktops, your virtual desktops, through Task View, you can press the Windows key and then Tab. And you can see I've got a couple of desktops open. On this middle desktop, this is my productivity desktop, and this last desktop I'm watching some videos on the Ocarina of Time, Zelda, Unreal Engine 4.0. It's pretty cool. Anyway, if you want to pin a particular application across all of your desktops, all of these virtual desktops, you just right-click it, and you can click Show this window on all desktops. Notice what happens after I click this. Desktop 1, 2, and 3 will then show a thumbnail of this particular application. You see that? How it just popped in? Now, if I go back to desktop 1, it's here. If I go back to desktop 3, it's also here. Now, if I press Windows key Tab to go back to Task View and I go back to this middle desktop, I can select it and unchoose, deselect, show this window on all desktops, and bam, now it's back to normal. So that is pretty cool. The other thing is the narrator. So if you hit the Windows key and you type, I think it's ease of access. Yes. And then you click on narrator. The narrator now has a new speed. You can go all the way up to, it's a faster speed here. So narrator speaks a lot faster. And there are also new languages, new language support here for Arabic and Danish. So that's definitely a boon for anybody who depends on the narrator to get around the operating system and the web in general. And the last thing I want to show you are these emojis, which is kind of just for fun, but if you click the little keyboard icon down on the bottom, by the way, if you don't have that keyboard icon, you need to click Show Touch Keyboard button. So you click the keyboard button, and then you click the little smiley face, and you've got emoticons, and you can sort of cycle through them this way. They're grouped by these groups down here. So if I click this this clock emoticon, you can see I've got some emoticons in here. Click the smiley face. Some of them are kind of stupid, but you get the drift. Now, some apps detect them. I think Skype is one. It will actually preserve the emoticon. So if you click it, in other words, if you have the cursor clicked into a Skype field and then you click the emoticon, it'll paste it as you see it into the field, and the recipient will see it the way you do. But some applications don't really support these emoticons, for example, Chrome. Now, I think that'll change as we get updates and as the operating system matures, but just for now, these are here and you can play with them. Man, I'm getting kind of hungry right now. Okay, so that's it for this video lesson. Right now, I just want to know, what is your favorite Windows 10 Anniversary Update feature? Or maybe there's one that I haven't covered, that I didn't cover, that I should have covered. Go ahead and let me know, share that with me in the comments. And make sure you like this video, you thumb it up. And everybody loves a thumbs up, of course.